A cylindrical shaped gasoline tank of a truck has a 21-inch diameter and is 36 inches long. So here we have this diagram. It says using pi is equal to 3.14, calculate the volume of the tank. Now volume is equal to cross-sectional area multiplied by length or height. So the first thing that we have to do is to figure out what is the area of the cross-section. Now the cross-section of this cylinder is this circle. And so what we have to do is we have to figure out what is the area of this circle, and then that'll help us to figure what is the volume of this entire cylinder. Now, so area of the cross-section is equal to the area of the circle, and the formula for the area of the circle is pi r squared. In this case, pi is 3.14, and r, well, r is the radius. Now, what is the radius in this case? Well, the radius in this case, let's use a different color. The radius in this case is definitely, so we have r is equal to, the radius is half of the diameter. So it's going to be half of the diameter. So the radius is what? 21 divided by 2. Now what is 21 divided by 2, right? So 21 divided by 2 is definitely 10.5. And so the radius is going to be 10.5 inches. And so that's the radius of this circle. And so that's what we have. So pi is 3.14 and the radius is 10.5. And so that's what we have, 3.14 multiplied by the radius squared. Now, what is the radius squared? What is 10.5 squared? Well, 10.5 squared is 110.25. So we have 3.14 multiplied by 110.25. We multiply these two together and we get 346.185 inches squared, and that is the area of the cross section. Next, we need to figure what is the volume of the tank, and the volume is equal to the area of the cross section multiplied by the length. And what is the area of the cross section? We just figured that out. The area of the cross section is 346.185 times, and that's the area of the cross section. But we have to multiply it by the length, and we multiply that by 36. So the area of the cross section is 346.185, and the length is 36. Now we have to multiply these two together. And when we multiply these two together, we get 12,462.66 inches cubed. And that is the volume of this tank. Area of the cross section multiplied by the length. And that gives us 12,462.66 inches cubed. Next, it says that the tank is filled with gasoline at a cost of $5.36 per gallon. So every gallon costs $5.36. Now it says 1 gallon US is equal to 231 cubic inches. Calculate to the nearest cent the cost of a full tank of gasoline. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take 12,462.66 cubic inches or inches cubed, and we're going to convert it into gallons. And the way that we do it is that we're going to divide by 231 because 1 gallon is equal to 231 cubic inches. And so if we want to figure out how many gallons is this amount of cubic inches, we have to divide by 231. And when we divide by 231, we get 53.95090909 gallons. And so that's how many gallons is 12,462.66 inches cubed. So 12,462.66 inches cubed is going to be equal to 53.95090909 gallons. But remember, our goal is to determine the cost of the full tank. So what is the cost of this amount of gallons? With the understanding that each gallon costs $5.36. So we have to definitely multiply. So we take this amount of gallons and we multiply it by $5.36, which gives us $289.1768727. But we want to calculate our answer to the nearest cent. So we look at this number 6. Once it's 5 or greater, we add 1 or we round up. So we add 1 to 7, and that gives us $289.18. So the cost of the full tank of gasoline to the nearest cent is $289.18. And that's the answer to this question.